What up? What up?
What's up, everybody?
What up, man?
Man,
So another, another one. A live edition of Truth or Conflict. We got a special one for y'all today. Of course, we got my boy Burger, my boy Johnny, and my boy Matt is on the way. And we got a lot of good special guests for y'all. But say something to the people, right?
Man, what's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing today, man? Everything is all good, all gravy, all the time. We gonna get it started today. I see Burger with this New England Patriots hat on. They about to go 0-16 this year.
Looking like a duck.
They got a quarterback. His name don't even sound like a quarterback name now. And Tom Brady is gonna get best over by the Saints. Best over by the Saints. Burger, your mic is off, dog. Your mic is off.
It's just like the Patriots, they all.
I muted my mic myself. I was cheating.
Hey, bro, but like on some real stuff, people, we really got some. This is gonna be an interesting show tonight.
Yes, sir.
To hear from some of these cameramen that's gonna be on. Some of the people you see behind the lens. You know, we got all kind of people coming. I ain't gonna spoil it. I ain't gonna spoil it for y'all. But we got all of them coming. All of the dogs coming.
The real, you getting feedback.
Huh?
I get stuff echoing.
Darrell, his not echoing with me.
I hear it when you talk.
Nah, I ain't got no echo. Why do?
Yeah, that's
Hello?
me.
It ain't me.
It's not me either. But man,
Yeah,
like I was saying, we got the special cameraman coming in today. Man, it's going down, man. I'm telling y'all like that, right? But not only that, man, I'm just so happy that the shows that we got set up in the future is gonna be off the chain. Then this show gonna be off the chain. The next show after that, because we've been planning. And I'm telling y'all better start getting on to this Crucial Conflict show, man, because it's gonna be going down. I'm telling y'all.
The future show, though.
Yeah,
man. Tell me how you really feel.
Tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel. That's gonna be the next show. Tell me how you feel.
Exactly. Please tell me. Yeah, some people need to tell me for real.
Hide behind the computer keys, huh? But anyway, let's talk about this show. Man,
Make my phone live. My bad.
The Patriots gonna be the Patriots. I don't know about the Saints, but I know the Patriots gonna be the Patriots.
You said the Patriots gonna be the Patriots?
Yeah.
Man, that's cool. I'm trying to share this on my page.
Just like a Patriots fan.
So man, like, I gotta go in there.
Can y'all see me?
Yeah.
That is my boy.
What's up?
Mike Larry.
The undisputed. Hey, look. This is my boy, Matt. Say something to the people.
It's all love. And I still harbor. Somebody asked me the other day that they said that the show got real friendly. And that I just want to reaffirm that I still hate new school. That none of that's ever changed. So
You hate what?
we just been having some different topics, but I still hate it. And basically everything about them, I just understand them a little better. So
whose school you talking about?
every school that came post Katrina.
Oh, all right.
I think they just enjoy mediocrity. So.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be So look, we're gonna introduce the guest that's supposed to be coming on.
I'm excited about this.
Hey, bro, your mic muted, Darrell.
Who we got coming on first? I think we got let's see.
We got Johnny Jen and Jamal Cousins.
Okay.
Johnny Jen and Jamal
Cousins coming on first. Let them on.
Johnny Jen and Jamal. Look at Jamal.
J-Cuz and Johnny in the building.
Okay, Johnny.
Kennedy in the building.
What up, Jamal?
It feels good to have two Johnnies on the show. You know, my name Ghetto because I got an
Unmute your mic, Jamal.
Hey, introduce yourself. Tell me who y'all with, and how long y'all been doing it.
What's up, everybody? Darrell, Johnny, Burger, Matt. My
What's up,
name
family?
Johnny Edward Gent. Y'all probably know me by Shrek from the band world. That's my crowd name. It stuck with me, and it been with me for forever.
Where you march for Kennedy, Johnny?
I went to the great John F. Kennedy High School,
We would just love to know what
home
year.
of the Cougars.
We would love to know what year. The people that's watching actually what year.
My club year was 2002, and my last year was 2006.
Hey Jamal,
I played baritone.
In 2004, right? So that means you were there in 2004, right? 2003, 2004.
2002. I started out 2002.
But you were there in 2003, 2004. Proud alumnus, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
man, who mic is that? Hold on.
Where was you going with that?
I went nowhere. I got where I wanted to go.
Hey, bro, Matt, mute your mic right quick, Matt.
It's not me.
Burger, mute your
On the
mic.
laptop.
Mute yours, Burger. Jamal, mute yours. This goddamn dog. All right.
Anybody can hear me?
All right. Back. Jamal might have to come back, go out, and come back in. That's Jamal. All right. Yeah. Jamal come back and come back. Yeah. Ain't me, Tony. Ain't me. So man, look, we so happy to have you, bro. Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all guys keeping the culture alive, keeping the culture striving, keeping the kids entertained and keeping them with something to look at,
I'm just trying to let everybody know how sad that damn old school was compared to the new school. But that's another story for another day. We're gonna wait for the other guy to come back in so we can get straight to it.
Well, while he wait, man, I just want look, Johnny. Johnny, you kind of I've been knowing you since way back. You've been filming. I don't know. Yeah, I think even when I was at college prep, man. I think even in them days when I was in college prep, bro, you've been doing it for a minute, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You've been doing it for a minute, man. I really appreciate everything.
Me and Jamal started out at the same time, like 2014.
Wow.
Everybody's saying it's echoing. Like, what's going on?
It is.
Is it mine?
Hello? The echo went away. If somebody got on their computer, their laptop with the sound on, cut that off. Because the echo went away just now.
It wasn't me then.
If somebody got on something extra. Yeah, we can hear you. It's perfect now.
Well, look. We'll go ahead and get it started. We'll start with you, Jay.
My name's Jamal Tucker. I went to John F. Kennedy, graduated in 05.
What the?
I'm the
Jamal kind of low.
owner of G-Class Productions. Started in 2000.
Get him off and he went to Kennedy.
Good to start.
Okay. And Johnny, you already introduced yourself. My first question, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. For time prefaces. What made you? I thought you, Jacob. What made you start recording band?
Hold up, Jamal. I think that's Jamal's phone. Mute your phone right quick.
Need headphones. You're gonna need headphones.
Yeah, see when Jamal mute, that's Jamal. Jamal, come out and come back in.
No, he just need headphones. He don't need to leave and come back in.
Jamal, get some headphones. All right.
Johnny, we're gonna start with you then. I asked him that same question. What made you start
Hey,
recording?
come with it. I can tell y'all whatever y'all want to know. I mean, far as from when I marched
Uh,
to
this
current. I
sounds
mean,
good. Well, I got all kind of
I ain't
questions.
seen it all, but I seen a good bit. You know, I ain't seen it all, but
We're gonna start simple. We're gonna
I
start
seen
simple.
enough.
Just why? What made you start recording and band in particular?
Yeah, they old folk.
Well, in particular, what made me start filming bands was when I was in school. They had people filming bands, but they wasn't filming it how it's filmed now. You know, they didn't have the YouTube, they didn't have the they didn't have the Instagram pages, they didn't have Vimo pages. So when we battled somebody, we played a game, we had a parade. If we wanted to find footage, we only could look forward to two people that probably would who would have that footage, and those people at the time, videographers, were Garrett Eggerson and Bookman multimedia. You know, so we probably would have to search for footage and get a band tape or swap band tapes with someone, and that probably would take 2 weeks to a month before we ran across footage of us.
Yeah,
So my personal goal was to film bands so kids could see themselves as of recently. You know, if we film an event today, we at least want to get it out by 2 days so kids can see themselves even from 2 weeks to 10 years from now. If somebody wanted to go back and be like, if you have footage from a game from 2010, like Douglas versus 35, they were like, you got that footage? You could find that footage for me? I could check in my files, even on my hard drive, pull it up on YouTube, and there you go, you have it. People could go back years from now and still see themselves and see they band from their previous years. So that was one of the main goals I started filming. I didn't think the YouTube thing would blow up how it blew up, but I put it on personal DVDs for myself and for people who wanted to get the footage.
okay. You said that was in 2014.
Started out 2014.
What band? What band you recorded first?
My first band I ever filmed was in the car under the direction of the Great Chalupa.
Johnny don't like that.
Hey,
Car.
I gotta be honest. You know?
You said you got to be honest. Never mind. What up? Cuz you're
What
back.
up, Jamal? What's that?
You ask you the same question. What made you start recording and then recording band in particular?
Man, my nanny, she brought me a camera like when I was in the 10th grade, like '02, and I just been pushing ever since. Like I've been recording ever since. I've been recording since I was 15.
Oh, two. God damn.
And what made me want to get into band, because I marched in the band. I really like recording more than marching in the band.
That's what's up.
Really?
Yep. Johnny
Wow.
knew. He knew what's up. He done seen my tapes.
What's Johnny?
Johnny
Yeah,
J.
Maul got that heat. Hey, look, Maul got that heat. They sleep on Maul.
Yeah, Mom been doing it. He been doing it for a minute, man.
And
Yeah.
man, Maul had that heat.
He always showing love.
Oh, always. Where's
See?
Keith? What Keith at?
I don't know.
Say, bro, I got a question
Something,
for you. I've been wanting
something
to know
going on.
this. I've been wanting to know this for a long time. And people might need to know this. Y'all been filming the past Mardi Gras, the past football game. Do y'all get paid for this? Do y'all get paid? Johnny, I'm gonna start with
You
you.
said, do we get?
Do y'all get
Yeah,
paid?
do y'all get paid?
Hold on.
All this hard work, y'all put in.
Run that back. I ain't catch that, Johnny.
What I said was, man, y'all always filming Mardi Gras every year. Y'all go to Battles of the Bands. Y'all go to football games. Do y'all I think people need to know this. Do y'all get paid for doing that? Like, I know nobody's personally doing
No.
it. Like, you say what you said, Jamal?
I mean, you
I said, not at
you want
all.
to
We
know?
don't get paid for. Only time we get paid is from YouTube, and that's like once a month. And news checks don't be big at all. It be like $200.
So y'all basically doing this for the love. y'all, and I know you gotta, bro, Mardi Gras, you gotta find parking. You gotta find bro. This why people need to. This why we didn't doing this show because people need to know this. Like, and I know sometimes my partner was doing some stuff on YouTube. His stuff be $11. Like it might be $11 or 12. Like people don't understand. Like the most views. So what I'm preaching to the people is this, man. When these people put out films, we need to go just go see it just because that's how they make their money off that, bro. Like in all honesty, that's what I know. I just want the people to know because y'all don't get paid for doing this, and that's why I appreciate y'all coming.
I want to ask y'all both a question. It may be a little bit off the record, but I do want y'all to answer this question for me. Do the cameramen in the city of New Orleans feel appreciated by the band directors for all the time y'all put in recording their band? Do y'all actually feel like they appreciate what y'all do?
I'm gonna be real. Like some of them don't. I'm just being honest, you know. At the end of the day. There's been some games I went to and stood in front of the band, and the band director ain't even, acknowledge me.
Damn.
I think you should say the band director name.
I ain't gonna say no names because I ain't trying to start nothing on here, you know. But you know what's up, Johnny.
I know what's up.
Hey, Baron.
Right. I feel like some people appreciate us and some people don't. It depends on how you look at it. I mean, we try to do a good deed and catch everybody. Some people just feel like we not doing enough. We not catching everything. I mean, we only capture what the camera allows us to capture. I'm gonna just put it just as straight as that. I mean, I'm one person. I try to be as many places as I could, but I'm one person. If I miss something, I missed it. They might come down the line like, hey man, you caught that battle at Bacchus when we was blowing that yada yada yada. I was like, oh, I mean, they had other million cameras out there, but I didn't catch that battle. So some people might be like, oh, so they don't record our band. Especially the middle schools feel left out sometimes.
Right, they definitely.
Because the high schools are always in the shine most of the time.
So
I try to get everybody.
You think you should? Do you think the high schools are more like they need the more exposure than the middle schools, or is that purposely?
Yeah, they're more exposed than the middle schools. Like middle schools haven't been the same since
I left.
Katrina.
Since I left.
Man, forget that. Before Katrina. You ain't get a real middle school before Katrina, bro. Since before Katrina.
Hey, no, I ain't gonna say that. No, indeed,
Nelson could have dealt with Marshall.
Hey, Fanny, Nelson, even Tennille did his thing. Hey, look.
Berman,
yeah, Berman, like,
come on, man.
Boy,
Look. I ain't taking nothing from y'all. You know what I'm saying, Johnny, especially. But like the middle schools, like, nah, son. I ain't feeling it, son. I ain't feeling it.
Wait, you gotta give Johnny a chance to answer that first question.
Wait, you're not feeling the middle schools?
The middle schools?
Yeah, Mo, I don't know, Mo. I think I feel them. I think I feel them more than I feel the high school.
I'm strictly old school, son.
Okay, I get it.
Hold up. Let me say this. Bro, I'm telling you, Nelson would have been a top 5 middle school in the old school. I'm telling you that. And Fanny. I'm being real with you.
Johnny.
I'm telling you. Like Marshall, we would have got Marshall. I heard Marshall.
I wasn't a fan of Marshall.
Have, son.
I wasn't hey, look. When I say that, I didn't think Marshall was that good to me.
We wouldn't have got Bell.
It was straight.
We wouldn't have got Bell.
It depends on what years you talking about too.
Yeah, Fanny. I mean, Marshall had some years I was like, niggas really hyped this up.
Nelson would have gotten, but I don't want to get into that. But Bell, we wouldn't have got Bell.
It depends on what year.
It's just different, B. It's just different. Middle school back then, middle school now is totally different. So let's go.
Yeah, it's different. Like high schools, it's different. Like everybody be arguing about the old school and the new school. It's totally different. Like back when we was playing, like we set the foundation for the new school. If you ask me, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like the new schools, like they talking about they could do this and do that to the old school, but the new school, like the high schools, like they foundation, like they be playing all these college arrangements and they not ready for that.
Boy, John,
They
you
not
a
killing it.
Hey, Ma, Kennedy 04 was the blueprint, huh? Like 03, 04, 05 Kennedy was the
Real
blueprint.
foot, that's when you know we got small. You know that was for first year, and I got the like I went to Redeemer first, my 9th, 10th grade, and half of my 11th grade year. I got put out Redeemer, then I went to Kennedy.
But okay, let me ask you a question. As far as the high school bands now, do you feel like the high school bands are getting better? Do you see progress from the middle school ranks on up? Do you see progress? Honestly.
And the middle schools, I see it. Like I can honestly say I see it. They putting in work. You know what I'm saying? But like the high schools, I'm kind of hard on them because like all this talk, and then I stand in front of the band and I really listen to it. Like I don't go crazy over stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they be playing and half of them don't sound like up the part. Like you got a couple high schools that sound up the part and some of them just not up the part.
You don't
And
think
I'm being honest.
you don't think it was the same way in your era though?
My senior year, yeah, like 04, 05 bands was like
let me say
trash,
this.
son.
Let me say this. The band, let me say that. I ain't saying to become a band director. If you really want to be real, they had top 3 bands when I was in school, and they still got like a top 3 bands in this era.
Ain't nothing changed.
Like I'm not trying to make no excuse, but if I had 1,500 students like Kennedy, Aberson, Douglas, like Reed,
Douglas ain't had no 1,500 students.
I had 1,500 students in my school compared to 600 students in my school.
When Douglas never had 1,500 kids.
But Johnny, a lot. You don't need a lot to do to put in work.
It don't take a lot. It don't take
a lot.
It does. See, let me tell you the difference.
So
when
you
have
need 100 people in your band.
Let me tell you, because y'all you need to hear this. I'm telling you. It's when I have 1,500 kids in the school, when a motherfucker do something, them niggas, when I say you can't come back, you can't come back. When I got 600 kids in the school, I gotta tolerate a lot more. And I don't like you. And I'm being real with you. It's easier. It's very easier. It's easy compared to when you have 600 kids. That's why a lot of old school band directors don't succeed in this era, dog. They just like because they be stuck. Like you gotta really.
They falling off
and they retire because it's different.
It's time.
I mean,
so y'all think some of the old school band directors need to go?
No, what I'm saying is
no. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think necessarily that.
To answer your question directly, Berger, if you asking, is it improving like from those shitty bands that you marched for at Clark after Katrina? Then yes, the bands are getting better. But if we just because just being real, the bar was so low then. I mean, it was terrible. Those bands ate dookie, right? But if we're talking about a transcendence from and trying to get back to where they were before Katrina, no, they're not quite there.
Kennedy don't
y'all say before Katrina.
Let me say something.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Kennedy don't,
let me say something.
Kennedy don't have.
The enrollment ain't gonna never be the same.
What you saying?
It's not based off the areas no more. It used to go by what area you live in by district. You're not gonna get that no more. You're not gonna have 900 to 1,200 students in one school if your school is not populated in that area.
I just had nothing but excuses.
Do people even live in certain areas? It go by how many people live in that area.
Let me ask y'all a question.
And if you did have a 100-piece band, would that make a difference?
No,
would that make a difference?
Let me ask the question because I don't know the answer to this. What was the population in New Orleans versus before Katrina?
Shit, I don't know that.
Probably more now.
It was
You
way
think it's more people live in New Orleans now than before?
Yes.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Yes.
Nah,
no.
More people now.
Wait.
Definitely.
It's a lot
I
more
agree.
black too.
It's a lot more people living. Wait, what are y'all saying? It's a lot more people living in New
Hey,
Orleans
look, I
now?
saw a question.
I
I,
said it's a
I
lot
saw
more
a question
people
for the
living in New Orleans.
cameraman. I saw a question for y'all. Is band fun as it used to be? And he went to Forshit. The
No.
guy asking the question went to Forshit.
Yeah, I said it doesn't. No, it's not.
I don't
It's
think
not.
it's as
Like,
fun
I
as
ain't
it
bartending in the
was when we
band.
was in
I'm
school.
just
We was
recording,
hyped about it.
but it's not.
We
not
eat,
fun.
live, sleep band.
We gotta.
It was
When
fun in
they
03, 04. Y'all had a lot of fun from like 03 to Katrina. Y'all had a lot of fun.
Y'all had a lot of
Yeah.
fun in New Orleans. Y'all didn't do nothing.
Yeah, we had fun.
Y'all
I
had
can
fun.
tell. Y'all
We
had a lot of
loved band, man. We eat, sleep, bread band.
from 03 to Katrina. I believe you.
Yeah,
I really believe you.
if you had a girlfriend, you better tell your girlfriend you're gonna holler at her when you get home at night. We had 3
Hey, look,
practices:
look,
morning
I got
practice, lunch
So
practice,
y'all
and after
practiced
school
3
practice.
times a day in 03 to Katrina?
We had
What
3
you
practices
trying to say,
sometimes.
Burger?
Real talk.
and they weren't picking,
Like,
and they weren't
what is
picking
you
no
trying
ass
to say,
anywhere.
bro?
Hold on,
Because
y'all was
you at the
practicing
club.
3.
Y'all was tired.
Time out.
Y'all
Not
couldn't
you,
even
Maul.
rest with Kennedy
Maul,
in
this
05.
not for you, Maul. This not for you. But this man said that they were practicing 3 times a day.
Hold
And
on. What you said, Burger?
y'all were practicing 3 times a day. And you motherfuckers came out on the street
Yeah,
Look,
with that
you gotta think about it,
motherfucking
son.
bullshit.
Look.
Hey, look.
You gotta think about it.
say Burger. Don't judge nobody band, bro, because you went to Clark. How many
Right.
good years did Clark
Right.
ever have?
Exactly.
Let's
You
count
listen
None
them.
when
to
he was
me.
there.
Count them facts.
We
How many
wasn't
good years
practicing
did
3
Clark ever
times a
have?
day. We were not practicing 3 times a day.
Let me ask
Y'all
you.
wasn't practicing 3 times a month, though.
My
To be
point
real,
exactly.
I can tell you.
Hey,
I'm
let me ask
fine
y'all
with
this.
that.
How y'all had more fun before Katrina when y'all didn't do nothing? Like New Orleans bands before Katrina, they stayed in New Orleans. Y'all didn't go
No, they
nowhere. How did y'all have
because
fun?
man,
because the reason why we had more fun is because outside of New
We ain't
Orleans,
go
we really
nowhere.
ain't had no competition.
we
You
wasn't
Yeah,
got
traveling. Yeah, we did a lot of stuff, bro.
we did a whole
yeah,
bunch, but
y'all
honest, I'm
went
gonna
to
be real with
Mel,
you.
and then y'all
Everybody
went,
is y'all
and then y'all
competition
went to
because y'all
Central,
thrive in
and then
mediocrity.
y'all went down the street to
Burger,
the next school. Y'all didn't do nothing before Katrina.
we sounded good. That's something y'all failed to do
But
after Katrina.
not all y'all, not all
Hey,
of you.
look, do not speak for
I don't know what
everybody.
it be. I don't know what it feel like to be in a band that sound bad. I don't.
Hey, not all of Katrina before Katrina band sounded bad. I mean, sounded good.
He being honest.
I ain't gonna
The
lie.
I
man
don't know
being
what it is to
honest.
be in a band that sound bad.
The thing is that boy Matt, I can't even comment on that because he was in a good kid.
He was in the good
I
candidate
don't.
band.
I'm being real with you. I don't know what it is to be in a band that sound bad.
Yeah, so
If it sounded bad, I'm gonna be real with you. Doc would not let it make it out the band room. We learned a bunch of songs, and Doc. When
band.
Doc got to the band room and heard the song, Doc was like, "Nah, we gonna sit that one in the trash."
Hey, and
Just
no
being
lie,
real.
like I see down a lot of old band tapes from Kennedy. A lot of band tapes that I have, I see that. Like a lot of
We
stuff
don't.
didn't leave.
We don't
Didn't
know
leave.
what it. I really
Y'all
don't
talking
know what
about
it
one
is to be in a
school?
bad sounding band. I really don't. So I can't
Y'all
speak
talking
for
about
that.
one school?
Burger, can you say the same, brother? I'm sorry.
I can't say the same. I can't say the same. I can say the same. Yes, I can.
Burger. Now
Listen,
I'm gonna
I
tell
can
you
say the
something.
same. I can say the same. Look, I don't care what you say, because y'all like to act like 03 to Katrina didn't happen for y'all legacy, but it happened. And we're going to talk about it every chance we get.
I don't know what a concert band sound like. That was that. I don't know.
Oh.
A concert band is called.
Hey,
Johnny,
Johnny,
listen.
hey, Jay Cuz and John, I'm going to ask y'all, when y'all went Kennedy band, did y'all have a concert band?
Nah.
No?
What year was that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Was
I
Loader Band directed it?
a concert band is just not playing at the graduation.
Oh my
It was
God.
forward from full shit.
Huh?
It was
Forward
forward
from
from full
where?
shit. Full shit.
Far from full shit. Well, you know they didn't value quality sound at full shit. I'm gonna be real. Back then, you know they didn't give a damn about a band sounding good at full shit.
Hey, I got a question for the camera.
And look, I got the tapes to
We
prove
off
it.
topic.
I got the tapes to prove it.
The tapes to prove what?
I got the tapes to prove it.
Prove what?
That full shit was garbage. They only had like 2-3 good years.
The whole
2-3 good years.
Hey,
Like
the whole-
I got the
we
shit to
getting
prove
off topic. I got a question for the
Okay,
cameraman.
look, fellas, we didn't got with the petty too long. I never got a chance to ask y'all a question.
Yeah, go
So
ahead, Matt.
if I'm gonna ask one last question, and we got to get some more guests on. So if I have to ask y'all a question, it would be this: if y'all could think of one battle that y'all didn't get to catch, any battle, any band battle in history that y'all wish y'all could have recorded, what battle would that have been?
St. Og versus Landry Walker, 2018. By the time I got like Elkhorn and Talladega was battling. By the time I got to the back, like the battle was halfway over with, and it was a heated battle.
In
That's
history, that
2018
would have been your battle.
offense.
He said
I mean,
it
we can
history.
start from we
Like
can start from
while
the
I'm recording.
'60s.
Oh, you
He
talking
started
about
in
back
14.
then?
Though.
Like way back then.
Any band battle in history that you could have recorded, what would it have been?
But Matt, he started in 14, so he can't really go to
I'm talking any
Man,
band
I
battle
can't
in
really.
history, though.
Any battle in history for me probably would
Kennedy
be.
and Reed.
It's not
01.
Kennedy, bro. Damn.
Kennedy and Reed in
Kennedy.
01? Okay.
Yeah, cause like no footage out there. Did
You
somebody
didn't have
probably
to,
got it?
to say Kennedy because he asking.
Hold up.
No, I'm just
Man,
asking.
get out of here,
When you say
man.
01, when you say 01, can you read 01? You talking about 01, 02, or 2000, 2001?
0102 or 102.
Okay.
I'm going to say Reed wasn't good or 2001.
Nah, they was good. 0102.
Yeah, they was good
They
01,
was great.
02, but not 2001.
What about yourself, brother? Again, any battle in history that you wish you could have recorded?
I'm about to be petty right now. I want to see some of these this Clark versus cover battle. Let me stop playing, man. This Clark,
Hey, listen.
they say it's
Hey, if y'all don't believe
everybody
me,
from Clark said they blew up over that year.
listen. There's a Clark battle my senior year on YouTube. We
Clark
battled
versus-
Carver for the Martin Luther King parade. It's on YouTube. Hey, look, it's up. I don't run from the footage. It's up. I went to Clark look. I got to Clark in the middle of the year, and I had fun with my senior year, man. It sounds better than anything Kennedy put out from 03 to Katrina, and I'll put my money on it.
Burger, are you serious? Are you serious,
Yes, it
Burger?
does. It sounds better than anything Kennedy put out from 03 to Katrina.
I got one question for you, Burger. Burger, if you would have came to John F. Kennedy, the great John F. Kennedy, and played trombone, what seat would you have at John F. Kennedy, Burger?
I wasn't coming in your era. If I would have
The
went
one
to
that
era,
he'd had the seat after last.
I'd have had the band director seat. I am band God. I am band Jesus. I would have been the band director. Whoever was the band director in y'all era would have had to go. That would have been my spot.
Burger.
Look, before you let us go,
Keith Thomas was my band director.
before y'all let us go.
And what year? Keith was that your years? I thought you had Ford.
No, he had 2000.
Yeah, he had Keith.
Huh?
He had Keith.
Y'all was practicing 3 times a day with Keith. I see why Keith don't claim you niggas.
Hey, all that practice y'all want to
Poor Keith, I see why you don't claim you niggas.
We got to get the next guest on. Hey, it was good having y'all guys.
Hey.
Hold on, Jamal trying to say something.
Let me say something right quick. I want to shout out Tremaine Taylor and Chalupa and Walter Mohead because they're the ones that set the foundation for me to get onto the field for these new schools, bands, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to them.
Salute to them brothers.
And shout out to my boy Johnny Van Buren. He ain't never let me down. You know what I'm saying?
Mexican Lives Matter. Shout out to Chalupa, man.
Espanol. Having y'all boys,
I want to give some personal shout outs for people that inspired me with this filming thing. If it wasn't for band, me picking up a camera, I probably would never be taking this camera stuff as serious as I do. So shout out to my band director, Keith Thomas, my middle school band director, Mr. Vernon Ford, and my elementary band director, Mr. Salisbury.
Joseph Salisbury.
Shout out to all the band directors in the city.
Y'all need to shout out these new school
bands.
Shout
out to all the band directors in the city.
Say, bro, you said what Ford you said?
What you say, John?
What Ford was your band middle school band director?
Yeah, that was my middle school band director.
Man, it's good. Man, it's good to see y'all, bro. Man, we gotta get the next people on. Man,
peace out, fellas. Good having y'all.
Next we got
Hey, man, don't you come for listen here, you old piece of shit. Don't you come for me on this goddamn thing with all this
It's all love.
This right here.
It's all love.
I know.
It's gonna be enough coming for you on next week's show.
Oh yes.
We got a special announcement at the end of this show. Next week's show gonna be lit. We have a special announcement at the end of the show.
Right now though, we're gonna bring in Burger Guy. This is Burger's favorite cameraman in the world.
Yes, it is. Introduce my favorite cameraman. I'm
Marvin Dr. Price TV.
Dr. Precise, man. Bring him on. You see, this man is amazing. My boy come on here with the furlough.
Marvin got the communion wine.
Marvin over there having communion.
This is the finest of Stella.
Hey, Matt.
What's going on, man?
Hey, go ahead and introduce yourself,
Introduce yourself, Price.
All right. Well, my name is Marvin Price. I'm born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. Proud graduate of the St. Augustine High School, located in the 7th Ward. Marched from 2007 to 2011. And I graduated from Southern in the fall of 2016. I am the founder and CEO of Dr. Price Television, LLC, where we just surpassed 50,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Man.
All right, man. Talk your shit, Price. Talk that shit then, Price. What's going on again, Price?
Brother Price, I'm Matt Francis. I'm sorry, brother. I didn't realize he's about to ask you something. But man, I have admired you. It's good to finally get to speak with you, man. I've been following and admiring your work for years now, man. You do amazing work. I've wanted to tell you that for so long. I am one of the 50,000, and but I jumped on board like a long time ago, man. I am one of your biggest fans, brother.
I definitely appreciate it. You know, I'm fans of all y'all. Look, every time I get a notification and Reloaded or Band Heads Remember When, it's always one of y'all. So, you know, y'all keep me entertained and engaged. So I do appreciate that as well.
And it won't stop.
I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Man, Marvin, bro. I remember when you played, people don't know that you really could play that tuba. That's when you played tuba at St. Aug, man. You know, and I remember I was at Xavier Prep, you know, with your sister.
Yep. I remember them days.
People don't know that girl.
Out at Prep. But you know what? I was okay on tour. I was all right. Put it this way. When it came down to battling, I was going to show up and put up a fight. I ain't going to say I was just the best in the world. I was all world, first chair. I was a beast. But when you got in front of me,
Burma Stadium.
Hey, if you don't mind me asking, Price, were you in that band in 2007 that went to Walker, like right after Gustav's?
That was 08.
Oh, you were in that band?
Yes, I was a sophomore.
Would you mind saying what happened that day?
What happened to y'all at Burma Stadium? Tell me that.
No. We were talking about 2008.
What happened?
Yeah, 2008. Isn't that when we came and I think our first song was "Say It Right"? And if you ask Justin Patterson later on in the show, he'll tell you he missed a tackle because he was on the football team, and St. Aug came in like a hurricane, just knocking the. I'm gonna try to keep my language clean on this show, but we put it this way.
You don't have to, brother. You don't have to.
Look. Old Perry Walker. Look, they knew then that this wasn't the year to play with St. Aug. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, stop! I'm about to kick you off my show with all that line. Look, when them dudes came to Burma, they let me tell you how bad it was. They never returned. They never ever came back to Burma ever again. To this day.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. So you think that Walker came out on top?
Do I don't think I know.
In 08?
And I wasn't in the band in 08. I was in 09. I'm talking 09. My bad. It's before my
08. Yeah, I'm about to say. I don't think anybody's disputing 08.
Yeah, the footage on the internet, bro. It wasn't good.
Frank Lewis, you know how the halftime show went. You already know who won that battle.
Well, we know who won the halftime.
we know who won halftime.
You want your clock? Stop. You can't talk.
Hey, look, don't throw this on me. They choke slammed your ass at your house.
Hey, look, when I was in the band, Marvin know what happened, and he know what happened in every which way.
Hey, Marvin,
you know what happened, Marvin?
They never returned to Berman again.
Hey,
because we didn't play y'all.
Marvin, I got a question for you, Marvin.
We gotta ask this man some recording questions. This man that got on and got attacked.
Hey, Marvin, I've been knowing you. I've been watching you since you was at St. Aug. I never knew you was going to get into videoing. What made you start get into videoing, man?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't know I was going to get into videoing either. When I got to Southern, my focus was school. And I didn't know how to be a regular student because from the 6th grade to the 12th grade, all I really did was band. And, you know, I went to Southern, and this is like a real deep story because, you know, when you talk about going to HBCUs in general, right? You hear the stereotypes, you know that a lot of these institutions are underfunded. And you're used to comparing them to the rich schools down the street, i.e. LSU. And I'll never forget my dad. After I got accepted into Southern, my dad he had took me on like a campus tour to LSU just to show me what was out in Baton Rouge. And so after that, after I saw the nice buildings and stuff that LSU had, he took me to Southern's campus. Now this was summer 2011, so Southern wasn't as developed as it is today. And when we came over that hump and I saw what I saw compared to what I was just coming from, I was like, oh God. But when the semester started, I realized that it was the people who made Southern University, and it was the events, and it was the culture.
Yes, sir.
It was something about being around my people that just made the whole experience better. And I wanted to capture that on video because before then, in my opinion, besides band, a lot of people didn't know what Southern brought to the table as far as just an institution as a whole. And so I wanted to be a part of doing it for the culture and exposing my institution. I took real pride in that. Now, in the beginning, I didn't have no real camera equipment. I had a BlackBerry and the very first iPad to ever come out. But you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You're 18 years old, you're a broke college freshman. You just got to, when you got a vision to do something, you just have to really understand what your vision is, even if nobody else can see it, and just keep pressing forward. And so that's what I did.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Hold on. Before you come on, we got book finally came in. Book is here, right? Book is here. Bookman has arrived.
The bookman.
Damn.
Well, where the hell are you?
That's the man. Book.
Man look like he in there whacking off.
We can't say that. We can't say that, Burger.
Hey, Book, you can hear us?
Oh my God.
My bro Book was asleep. He was asleep.
Hey, the barbershop open up yet, Book? Quarantine, bro. Like, ain't me in quarantine like that, Book.
Y'all know Book mixed. He ain't all the way black. He mixed. They'll grow fast.
Book can't even hear us, man.
Hey.
Rob, you might have break. Yeah, all right. Go back. All right.
Is he okay?
Yeah.
Is Book okay?
Oh my God.
Hey, can somebody reach out to him? Like seriously, he looked like he was in distress. Can somebody reach out to him? If any one of y'all have his number, send him a text or something.
You were possessed just now.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was just stone faced.
Look like he came off a fire flap session. Took his soul.
Oh my God.
Oh, say Marvin,
Hey, Marvin.
I got another question for you, bro. Hey, bro, I gotta ask you this: how did it feel when you had? I think that was your video when you hit that
Hit a million. Yeah.
that 1 million views, bro.
You hit a million. You hit a million.
Numbers.
Like, how did you feel? I want to ask you how much you made, but I'm not gonna ask you that.
Well,
How did you
I
feel?
can answer.
You want to know how much he made too? Now I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it's kind of nosy, but I want to know.
You told me.
The Lord blesses His children.
Say it. You better say that. You better say it.
And I'll leave it at that. But as far as like how did it feel, you know, I'll never forget earlier in that season, I had actually had somebody ask me, he was like, Mark, do you think you ever have a video to reach 1 million views? I was like, hell no, I don't ever see that happening. Because, you know, I'm filming it regardless of how much money, you know, I get from YouTube. I'm doing it for the love at the end of the day. So, you know, when I did the video and it hit 1 million views, it did it in 7 days, right?
Wow.
Damn.
So, yeah, I mean,
Damn, you doing Lil Wayne numbers, huh, boy? Boy, New
This man,
Orleans,
hey,
he the
I
Lil
think
Wayne,
or the cameraman world.
the Tunchi of.
I think that the thing about it the most, it really was more than 1 million because you like big art outlets in like London and wherever Adele is from posting it. They didn't post the actual YouTube link, but they took the video. And that article that I saw, I forget, it was on the Telegraph, which is like their newspaper out there, like their New York Times out there. And that was shared thousands of times. But I think the
Wow.
biggest thing for that video was a lot of people forget that was the #1 trending topic on Facebook and Twitter worldwide. And so I think for me, that was like the moment where everything I wanted to do as far as like exposing Southern and the HBCU culture in general, it did that because people who never, if you look at the comments on that YouTube video, you'll have a lot of people, they're like, man, an all-black band? I didn't even know those things existed. And so
Wow.
you look at Adele, she's white, right? A lot of her audiences, they have different racial backgrounds. And so when you got a black band, an all-black band primarily, playing a white woman's song, and it's the #1 song in America, I mean, you're gonna diversify your audience, and you're gonna open up discussions that and educate people about HBCUs and other institutions that a lot of people didn't know existed. So that video did a lot more for just the culture in general than what I think it even did for me. So that was just a good moment for me.
That's amazing, dog. I didn't, and to hear the backstory behind all that, I didn't even think of it in that way. You know, people out of the country and seeing an all black band, you know, because it's so normal. It's so normal to us, but
Right.
to other people, you know, it's amazing. That's crazy. I think we're gonna try to get Book back on here real quick.
I got 2 questions for you though, Price.
I got one for you too.
#1,
I have one for you too. Also,
I heard you say that you started off with a BlackBerry, and the first ever iPad there was. Can you tell me what are you now shooting with and the actual price? And I want to know, where do you rank yourself as the cameraman in the city of New Orleans? What do you rank yourself?
and nationwide, because you're not
Where do you rank
you're not a
yourself
local
in
cat
the sport period? Because you're not a local cat. You're from New
at
Orleans.
all.
You're not a local cat. So where do you feel like you rank yourself? Where do you belong?
Okay. Well, let me start off with the camera question. I shoot with an A7R Mark IV, Sony A7R Mark IV as my primary camera. The body of that camera by itself is 3500. I have a lens, 2 lenses for it. I have a 24 millimeter 1.4 G Master lens, which is about 1400, and I have a 85 millimeter 1.4 G Master lens, which is another 1700. So every time you see me with that Sony camera, you're looking at $500 to $5,500. I'm holding in my hand. And then I also have 2 Panasonic cameras I just purchased. They're the GH5Ss. Those are only like 1,500 a piece.
Only.
So I mean,
Only, huh?
depending.
Only.
Well, that Adele video did.
It's only
That
15.
Adele video did good.
Yeah.
You start saying only $1,500. I'm $20 right now. I'm stressed out.
Book,
Let me tell you,
he not
like I
possessed no
said,
more.
Oh, that go Book. You can hear us, Book?
Book, what up, man?
Go ahead, Marvin. I don't know. I think Book having some technical difficulties.
How your cameraman have?
Okay, now
Hey, Marvin, I got a question for
Can
you.
somebody please reach out to Book?
He's answering the
y'all wanted
question.
to answer the other question, right?
Yeah, go ahead. We listening.
The other question was what again? What was the other question?
Where do you rank yourself among the cameramen in the world? Everybody.
Nationally, the band one, the band cameraman. Where do you rank yourself?
Nationally, I rank myself the best, and I try to say that as humbly as I can. And where I'm coming from with that is, you got to be a fan of your own work. Like no matter who's filming with you, no matter who's filming around you, you got to be your number one fan. And every time I go out to film, I got to ask myself, if I wasn't Marvin Price, would I be a fan of his work on YouTube? And the answer for me is a resounding yes. Maybe I do have a little bias because, I am Marvin Price, but I am a fan of my work. And so I'm never going to go to an event and be like, damn, this person is better than me. I can't wait to watch his footage. No, hell no. I got a media pass and I got some expensive cameras. Whatever my focus is for that game, it better be good. Because if I'm looking forward to watching somebody else's work at the same event I'm covering, then I'm not doing my job. And so,
real. Hey, before y'all ask him a question,
I said
posted a question up there. What is your favorite high school and/or college game you ever recorded?
My favorite high school game I ever recorded. It probably was the Edna Carr Landry Walker game. I want to say 2016.
Who won?
Shit, I don't even remember. It was so long ago.
Of course.
That was. You know what, man? That was a good answer.
I don't even remember.
That was a great answer.
That was a good answer, my brother.
And he came back quick, like, oh,
yeah. He didn't even think about it; just flowed. I like it.
That's that Stella Rosé.
Hey, Marvin, let me ask you a question. This is. I'm a bit of a historian. History means a lot to me, and I asked the last brothers this, but if there's any band battle in history, any schools that you wish you could have recorded, what would it have been?
Any schools in history, any band battles in history. I'm a big fan of history as well. And the 90s, man, I marched for St. Aug. If I could have recorded that St. Aug and Kennedy battle in '93, or the Reed versus Carver battle, what was that? 02? I think it was Orpheus, where Javon was screaming his ass off. I would have loved to have been a cameraman with this type of quality I'm producing now pre-Katrina.
Yes.
That I really would have enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed marching for a pre-Katrina St. Aug band just because the mentality pre-Katrina was different. It was different. And I'm going to be real with you. I mean, it is. But at the same time, you got to realize pre-Katrina kids who marched, didn't have access to the stuff we had. Like YouTube was created in 2004. Think about that.
Wow.
You got to look at the development of the Xboxes, and you look at how PlayStation just came out with another release of a game console today. It's like kids didn't have MySpace and Facebook back then. It's a different world now. And so I think it's not a knock on the post-Katrina era, because I'm a part of the post-Katrina era. It's just compared to, and you got to respect the post-Katrina era too, because they were left picking up the pieces of whatever was left after Katrina.
That's true. That's real.
It's just that, you know, when you try to like debate on who was better pre-Katrina or post-Katrina, it was just different battles that the kids were facing back then. I mean, distractions are like really, really, really relevant in today's band world, especially dealing with high schools, and it's starting to creep into the college world if you look deeper into some of these programs. And so that's my take on it. But to answer your original question, pre-Katrina.
Marvin, this will be my last question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What if you don't mind divulging this? What is your most embarrassing moment as a cameraman?
Oh, there's so many.
I hope you say the one. I hope you say the one I want him to see.
Oh shit! I don't know what you want to say.
No, whatever you got. What is your if you have your most regrettable moment? Like, God, I wish I could have did that different. Like,
I have a media team that films for me at times, and I'll never forget. We were filming a McKinley versus, it was a gym battle in 2015, and I ain't gonna name the guy who was on my media team, but I'll never forget. I'm getting a secondary angle, and I get my homeboy AJ. AJ came over. He was like, "Marvin, you know your team member dropped your camera?" I said, "He what?" I said, "Yeah, he dropped your camera." I said, "Man, you lying." So I went over to him. I said, "Hey, did you drop my stuff?" He said, "No." I said, "Okay." I didn't know nothing. Man, when I got home, I didn't realize the lens was cracked on the camera. I didn't realize the footage before that was out of focus. Man, I don't think I've ever been so upset in my life. That was so embarrassing.
I beg to differ, but okay.
Okay, but tell me what's my embarrassing moment?
I beg to no. I'm not. You said I don't think you said you don't think that you've ever been that mad, but I said I beg to differ because I've seen you a lot more madder than that.
Let me tell you, it takes a lot for me to get mad. And unless you can think of something I'm just forgetting about, man.
Hey, I got a question for you.
I want to ask a question, but
Burger. Never mind. Hold on.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah, you were pretty hot that day.
Hey, look.
I was going to go to jail. I was going to go to jail that day.
Hey, Marvin. Being that you so tedious about your craft, you such a perfectionist at what you do, and I've seen it personally. Do you still enjoy band the way you want to enjoy band while also trying to be, that guy?
Absolutely. I try to have fun and enjoy like the moment that I'm in, because I do feel like the videographers, no matter wherever you rank them, they're all historians in some type of way. And so you got to enjoy history as it is, being displayed right in front of you. So I try to like enjoy the battle while I'm filming without losing focus on why I'm there in the first place. I don't, I have fun watching my stuff after the fact. But yeah, I do find time to enjoy it. I try to find that balance, most definitely, especially when it's Mardi Gras.
Let me ask you a question to go back. I heard you say that Kennedy 93 versus St. Aug was one of the battles that you wish you had recorded. Who was the winner of that battle to you? Who do you think won that battle?
I would like to hear this too.
Who won that battle?
St. Aug. Kennedy. St. Aug. It was
No.
it was Kennedy.
Kennedy won St. Aug. Now you gotta break
They
it down.
repeated. St. Aug repeated walking in the rain twice, and I can't give it to him based off of that.
I respect that.
But,
I respect that. I respect that.
Damn, if it wasn't for that, I'd say St. Aug. I mean,
No, that's Skin. That's Skin.
Huh?
That Skin was something serious.
I heard it was eczema. I heard it wasn't skin. I heard it was eczema.
Your old clock bands was Toe Jam. So
Yeah, one of y'all phones, one of y'all things messing up.
Somebody
it's not mine.
Mine.
I hope it ain't mine now.
No, it's
You
not.
know it ain't you. Mr. 5500 every time you step out on the scene. We know it ain't you.
Say, Burger, my first 3 cars combined wouldn't worth $5,500.
I ain't say that for mine.
My first 3 combined, they wouldn't worth $5,500.
What's up, Book? You can hear us? You on there?
Yeah, I'm on here, man. Y'all got me?
Yeah, that is. You sounding clear. All right, all right.
Cool, bro. Cool.
Introduce yourself, my brother.
My name is Book. That's probably all I can tell y'all right now.
So you
but yeah, man.
what high school you went to?
All right, let me give y'all a rundown, man. My name is Book. I went to Edward H. Phillips Junior High School, and from '96 to '99. Came out, went to Kennedy from '99 to 2002, and then due to some back issues, I had to retire. I had surgery on my lumbar back in 2003 in January, and then I was out of band for a while. But due to the nature of the beast, I ended up going to Texas, and they were like, "Hey, Book, you want to be in the band?" And I just kind of went in the band room, got on the horn, and cranked it up one good time. And then it was like, "Go see Prof Lee." So I had to audition.
You bought that Kennedy up there, huh?
That paint.
Yeah, man. I just went in the band room and
he bought that KC up there, boy.
That paint to the sweat.
Yeah.
Burger, mute your thing right quick.
Yeah, man. Huh?
That's not Burger. All right.
I don't hear y'all for some reason. Well,
can you hear me?
Since I already knew, huh? Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
You can hear me?
Who is breaking up something bad too?
Book, you can hear me?
Super, so he paid $4,600 for his camera. Man, that's ridiculous. That's some crazy money, man.
Boy, I'm on the phone. I barely do anything with my phone. I'm usually doing things with my PC, and my PC is having technical difficulties right now because the browser doesn't want to accept the audio, and something like that going on with the phone too. So I barely could hear y'all. But I'm gonna put it to y'all like this: I've been recording bands, right, since I came out of high school. At first, I was just taking pictures. What happened was basically is that I was at the K. It was myself, senior year 2001. I was like, man, I'm going on the internet and seeing all these bands from Georgia, just pictures and a little audio. I'm like, man, I got to figure out how to do that, right? I ended up finding out about marchingsport.com, which was owned by Gerard Howard, a 35 alumnus who was also alumnus of Jackson State University. He was recording bands audio, putting it online, as well as video. But it wasn't so much video. Like the first video I ever saw online was Alabama State. It was Alabama State playing what's the name of that? I Never Can Say Goodbye, because one of their band directors, Big Jig, had passed away, and they posted that in his tribute. The video was very low quality because it was uploaded to Real Player. That was how we was able to transfer videos online. Otherwise, you had to like do all this special coding, and I knew how to do that and stuff like that, right? At least I learned how to do it over time. So what had happened was, you know, we were
Okay. Book.
Oh boy, Book, we having some technical difficulties, guys. Don't
We
know
may
what's
have to
going
bring Book
on.
back a little later on.
Yeah, but Price, we appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Yes,
Always
sir.
a pleasure.
Not a problem.
You are most definitely the man, and I appreciate
that.
100% realness from you, brother.
Yeah, man, your candor. I appreciate it, man. Hey, brother Price, is there anything you want to plug before you leave?
Hey man, just make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/Marvin Price. Instagram, DRPRICE_ right. I do follow back most of the time. So yeah, hit me up. I reached my friend limit on Facebook, but y'all can still click the follow button and I can still interact with you that way. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the invite. Robin, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for having me. Thank y'all for the good questions.
And I want my shirt. I still want a shirt.
I was about to say that. I got a shirt for you too.
I gotta put you on. I gotta put you on blast for the whole world to see it. That means I'm gonna get a shirt.
Look, hold
It's
on.
gonna be a 5X.
I'm about to really do this. Watch, because the shirt I got for you is with the new logo. I haven't even unveiled yet. So stay tuned.
Well, we should all better get one of them. Can I see you see that?
One
at a time, player.
I need a shirt.
Listen, I'm all over the world, man. Let me shoot me a shirt. This gonna be out there.
Hey, Marvin,
when are these being unveiled?
I'm about to tell you, I feel special.
Early July.
Okay, cool. Woo! Looking forward to it. Hey, brother Price, blessings your way, man.
Blessings,
thank you
Price,
so much for coming on.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Price. I'm excited about this shirt. Like the first day of school tomorrow.
You dig?
Hey, look. Last but not least, we have two fellas that probably don't need no introduction, but I'm gonna let Terrell go on and introduce them anyway.
We got in the right corner one from the O. Perry Walker College and Career Preparatory High School and Community Center, Chase Spitter. And then we got another from the Southern University Agriculture and Mechanical University. And Garrett, you know what his name is. Come on, man, show some love. My boy, we had the same birthday.
The edge, man. That's the edge.
We do got the same birthday.
One. You dig?
What's up, Garrett?
What's up, G?
Y'all?
Hey, you down the street from Ed, bro? That where you at?
Nah.
Huh?
You down the street from Ed right now?
Well, I just got finished shooting a graduation shoot. I'm on my way home.
Man, this man here, bro, ain't never not working.
Man.
That's how it gotta be.
I gotta be.
Hey, brother Garrett, I'm Matt Francis here, man.
What's up, Matt?
I want you to know, man, I've never got a chance to dialogue with you before, man, but real talk, you're another one. I have been a fan of your work for years, man. Great. Your photography in general is always top notch, man. I so appreciate what you bring to the game.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, Garrett, I know when you filmed Sudden and you had the rail, I know you had to do some kind of changes to his face.
Hey, when they filmed you, they couldn't even see your ass because you were filming on that damn that VCR shit. My bad.
He had a camera up here like a rocket launcher.
You ain't lying, no burger. That's real.
It was developing the video right after he filmed it.
Had a whole rocket launcher on his shoulder. So what's up, Garrett? Go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Tell the people about you. Tell us something we don't know.
Oh shit. For those who know me, for those who don't know me, my name is Garrett Edgerson. I am the media director for the Southern University Human Jukebox, and I'm also the CEO and founder of the Edge One Productions. I'm born and raised in the city. I went to Valina C. Jones Elementary School. I went to Thurgood Marshall for middle school. Went to St. Aug my first year of high school. Then Katrina happened, and I moved to Arizona. I marched in Marshall's band. I was a color guard, and I was a color guard my 7th grade year. In my 8th grade year, I was a drum major. I wanted to play snare. Shout out to Matt. I
Hey,
suck at snare. I suck at snare. I never had the urge to pick up an instrument until I want to say like college, and it just never happened. But I'm blessed to do what I do right now. You know, my camera is my weapon of choice. So yeah, that's it.
Hey,
sweet.
well, we know you are the man who gets all of the shots of the Southern University Human Jukebox, the greatest band in the world. You know,
Amen.
what's so exciting about being able to record the best band in the world and being that man who gets every moment.
So it is exciting because we are the best band in the world. But for me, my job is more stressful than anything. I'm a perfectionist at heart, so I try to be perfect in whatever I do. So that with me being like that, that stresses me completely out. So if you see me at a performance with us, I'm not trying to talk to you.
Yeah, he don't
I'm not
talk
trying
at
to be
all.
rude. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm working at that time. So it's stressful, but I enjoy it. We went to LA just now in December, and I loved it. I'm basically a part of the staff, so I'm privy to stuff that people don't see. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
I never thought in my wildest dreams I would be in the position I'm in right now. My mama always said I got my dream job. In most days I'm like I got my dream job. I walk through the doors of the band hall and be like, damn, I'm really in here. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't march in this band, but I'm really in here. And it's just the respect thing that you get from the band. Mr. The Edge, sir, all this, sir, all that good stuff. So it's a blessing. I'm blessed to be where I am today.
Who
For
gave you
sure.
that opportunity?
Who gave you that opportunity? Yeah.
so
Tell us your beginning, how you started recording band. We want to hear that.
so my beginning, like I said, Katrina happened the beginning of my sophomore year. So we moved to Arizona. Um, I played ball in Arizona, but coming from the city, you miss band. If you're away for a long time, you miss band. So I used to buy DVDs from certain people just to get that itch, because YouTube barely started when we moved out there. So you didn't really have YouTube. So I used to buy DVDs. So when I got on the yard in 2008, I'm like, instead of paying somebody for DVDs, I can make my own DVDs.
Right. Uh-oh.
He might have drove into a bad area.
Yeah, it was getting deep, man. The conversation was getting
Yeah, I
deep.
wanted to hear what he had to say.
Me too. I was.
I was better. Man, where's Smash Time? Somebody tag
Everybody
Justin
eyes was
Patterson.
glued to the TV just now.
Garrett?
Gary, you still on?
Garrett?
They ain't got no what you call him, Scotland.
While we waiting for him to come on, I can tell a joke. How many Clark band members, when Burger was done, to take the screw in the light bulb?
We would have jumped you if you would have told that joke in front of us.
I'm asking the audience, how many? While we're waiting for Garrett to come back, uh, anyone have an answer to that? How
All of them.
many of those,
I'm starting
if we want to call them band members?
I'm starting to think Johnny got y'all on the tip. Cause Johnny be at y'all head, and y'all don't be saying none of them Abe dudes, but I'm gonna be quiet.
Man,
Y'all
we
want to
don't
come
take
for
Abe
Clark,
serious,
and
man.
the
We
Abe
don't take
mob
them
come when the
serious,
Abe
bro.
mob
How
come
you
out.
gonna say something about Abe? I ain't had nothing to do with that.
I never
We
saw
don't
Kennedy.
take them serious.
I
We
never
don't
saw
take
Kennedy guys more quiet when it's Abe brother.
because we don't really have it. We don't take them serious.
I need to pull out
I'm
that clip.
telling.
I need to pull out that clip.
For Mardi Gras?
You can pull. I can pull out some clips.
I can put up that clip.
Wait, listen. It's crazy how every time I say something, everybody on this show got a bad clip of Kennedy Q. They just keep it in their ass pocket. I hate that. If it's one thing, when we have our next meeting, that's what we're gonna discuss. It's like y'all all have something. Like anytime anything come up, everybody got their own personal favorite bad Kennedy clip. We're gonna talk about that offline.
Hey, bro, no, listen.
I got a question for you.
You have jokes in the chamber. Like I got a shotgun, but you got an AK-47 full of jokes, and I'm hitting you, boom, and then you spray the whole clip.
Hey, bro, I got a question to all y'all. Knowing that these dudes spend all this money on cameras, like, did y'all actually know that they spend all that money like that on them cameras like that? Like,
I didn't know it was that expensive. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, and to go back to what Jamal them said earlier, you know, they say they don't feel appreciated by some band directors. And we didn't get into details of that, but I think that's kind of crazy. The crazy amounts of money they spending on those cameras, bro, to record these bands and to not feel appreciated, like that's you know, that kind of don't sit right with me.
Marvin told me how much he spent on his cameras before, so I knew.
I'm not gonna even lie. I guess we should have asked them what they mean by they didn't feel appreciated. Like what they mean by that. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't want to go into detail, and I understand why. But I mean, think about it. If you're doing something basically for the free, and basically the man said he don't even get acknowledged. Like if I'm recording your band and I'm in front of your band and you don't even acknowledge me, I probably would.
Do you know how many? I'm gonna deal with that Rashawn Nance comment in a few. But do you know?
Yeah,
do you know how many of these band directors and the opportunities they didn't got because a cameraman decided to put a lens in their face? And for them dudes to say they don't feel appreciated, man, that's nuts to me. That's nuts.
Garrett, you can hear us, Garrett.
I can hear you. I'm back.
We want you to finish telling your story, but I also want to know, because you do film a lot of New Orleans high school footage with The Edge, and I wanted to ask you, do you feel like y'all are appreciated for all the money and time y'all put in? Or y'all appreciated from every band director? Because the other guys said they were.
Huh? What they said?
They said they didn't feel like all the band directors were appreciative of the hard work they do.
I don't think most people, I'll say that most people don't see the work that goes into what we do. You know, people don't see us stand up 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning doing what we're doing. You know, spending money to travel to go see your band and put you on this platform. You know, most times, well, I'll say now more than anything, you know, I get the thank yous now, you know, oh, I appreciate you coming now. But a few years ago, it's just like, okay, you here? Okay, it don't mean nothing. So I see where they're coming from. And it depends on it. It depends on who you are. That too. You know, y'all know y'all be doing Keith wrong sometimes. And Keith be everywhere.
Keith do his stuff wrong. Keith do his stuff wrong. Let me tell you something.
Keith gonna be on in a second. Keith coming on.
Keith coming on in a second. I used to be a big advocate for like people bullying Keith, and I would always say, y'all wrong.
Me too.
And then listen, I started paying attention to how Keith sneak you,
He would.
And then soon as you say something, young brother, why you want to treat a God-fearing man like that? You know, and now you put me in a situation where you're gonna bring God in this after you snuck me. You wasn't thinking about God when you snuck me. But we want to hear your story. We were very interested in the story before it got cut off.
Yeah, so I had, when I got on the yard, I'm like, I can make my own DVDs. I don't need nobody else to give me DVDs. So I started doing small stuff my first 2 years. Then I saved up my money, bought my first camera with my work study check. It was like $130 camera. The first thing I ended up recording was the Brandon Franklin All-Star Band. And then from there, I just started recording on the yard. I want to say my first year, Power blew up in 2010. People always used to tell me there was this rumor that I uploaded so fast that I had the clips up before the band got to the band room, you know, stuff like that. So 11 was the same thing. 2012 came around. Before Jukebox Media, Southern had HumanJukebox.com, which that was run by Barry Connor and Jeremy Connor and their crew. So Barry asked me in that summer if I wanted to come along and join them and do what they do. And I could also do my own thing while doing that. So I'm like, fucking right, I want to do it, So 2012 came, that was my first time getting the pass. My first game on the sideline, we played Mississippi Valley. We lost 6-0 on a Thursday goddamn night in Mumford Stadium. Yeah, from there, Hammer realized, Mr. Hammer's, he saw that I was doing good work. So push came to shove. Brian Simmons, Brian was like, you might as well ask Mr. J if you could record the band. And I'm like, okay, cool. So Brian set up a meeting between me and Mr. J. I made a highlight DVD of everything I did the past 2 years, gave it to Mr. J. Mr. J was like, okay, come on, you good. You can come on.
Come on, doctor.
Say how he really said. Come on, man. That's beautiful, man. That is beautiful.
You the man, Jared. You the
man. I love Mr. J, my dog. So that happened. 13, same thing. And then Mr. J ended up retiring. Mr. Hammer was like, come on. We about to take it to a new level. Come on. And then 14 happened. And I always say 14 was the year band recording changed. If you look at band videos before 2014 and look at videos past 2014, you're gonna see it's a difference. So that's when 14 was when I did the drone. I had the GoPro. I was doing all kind of crazy stuff in 14, and it took off from there.
You definitely are innovative, man. You did stuff I had never saw before.
I think the what really shocked me was the summer. I think you did that in we were in 337, and you had that like 3 camera view thingy.
See, that was like 2 summers ago. See, people sleep. People kept saying that I took that from somewhere. I did that in 2012. I did it at Bayou Classic 2012. I do stuff and I go away from it and then bring it back.
Nah, you brought it back at the perfect time, because that was when I saw them videos. I was like, damn, you got every angle. Like, you literally could see the whole entire band at every different angle, and the sound is not messed up. Yeah. Usually when people try to be innovative like that, it takes away from the sound, but the sound was still consistent with the separated clips like that. That was fire to me.
I'll say in 14, in 14 I had some issues, when I know for me, I record my audio separate and you have to sync your audio with the video. So in 14, I was really getting into doing that. And sometimes you got to mute the regular track and just have, because if you start chopping, it'll have audio cutting in from that clip, and then it'll cut out when you go back to another clip. If you know what I mean. So yeah. I was having problems doing that, but that was, it's just how it was. It's just how it was. But I got over that. I mean, I'm here.
We're getting ready to bring Smash Time on.
Man.
Somebody wanted to know, Garrett, how did the Human Juice Box SoundCloud come about? They're a big fan and they always listening to it at work.
It was just something. I know I listen to band music all the time, and it's a hassle having to go to YouTube and just clicking on stuff. So I was just like, I might as well just create a SoundCloud with all the audio files, and that's what I did. And we got a SoundCloud because we can't put our stuff on. We go through a lot of. I don't know if Johnny and them go through this, but we go through a lot of licensing all the time, and it's a hassle having to go to YouTube and just clicking on stuff.
So I was just like, I might as well just create a SoundCloud with all the audio files.
Somebody computer and a phone on or something. You
Got a
can hear the
SoundCloud.
echo.
Somebody, whoever it is that got the volume up on the computer, cut it down.
We go through a lot of.
I think that's me.
That's Justice.
That's Jay Spitter. What's up,
What
Jay
did you say you go through hassle with?
We
So
I'm
You
like,
said with licensing?
people don't know most bands we go through licensing. So they send us if we play a new song, you have to pay for that song. You have
Somebody,
to pay
whoever
to
it is that
play
got the volume
that
up on the
song.
computer, cut it down.
hold on. So that's
Y'all
when
gotta.
YouTube was doing all that copywriting and fragment and all that, and they were taking videos down and
That's a YouTube thing. I'm talking about that. There's an actual company that like you played this song this week, so it
Oh,
costs
ASCAP and all of them companies. Yeah,
it costs this much to play the song.
yeah, I'm familiar.
Jeez,
Yeah,
I didn't know it was.
it's a real
I
thing.
didn't know it was that serious.
It's a real thing.
Yeah,
It's a real
it's a real thing. Hey, when you go to a club or you go to a bar or you go to like a restaurant and they playing music like just on the radio, they
Yup.
got to pay for that.
Yep.
That's not free.
Yep.
You got to pay to be able to play that music.
So
It's a company called ASCAP, and it's one that start with a B. I think it's BF something. But it's not free to pay. It's not free to just play other people's music. You got to really pay for that, especially if you label it that.
that's we had a problem with that last year, and we went back and forth trying to see should we label this song such
I
and
can't
such
hear.
because they'll come and say that we owe such and such amount of money because we played such and such song. And it's bad. Well, I wouldn't say it's bad, but when we play big games, so Bayou Classic, the Bayou Classic got to know exactly what we play. You know, we got to send them what we gonna play during the field show because it's gonna be on national TV. They don't want to get sued by that artist because we played their song. It's a lot. It's a lot
I know about that. I know about that.
Man, I didn't think it was. This sound like somebody
Man,
making
It's
a lot
real.
of money off of bands and people.
Nah, it's really not. If you're a recording artist, anytime somebody play like even a snippet of your music, this is your property. This is the intellectual property. I know because I work for a record label. That's my day job. They want credit for every little thing they do.
right.
They want to get paid for it. And if let's say that artist get 90 cents on those 90 cents add up. Like it add up, and so they do want to, but it do get in the way when it's like stuff as innocent as, man, I'm just recording a band, man. We covering y'all music, we putting y'all on the map. For instance, some of those B-side Migos songs that Southern played, I wouldn't have never even listened to them songs if Southern had, I wouldn't even know no F with, or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even know what that song was if Southern hadn't played it. So to see those bands get a hard time for playing them is like nuts.
Hey, bro, let's Justin talk, man. What's up, Smash Time, bro? What's up, bro? We can't hear you,
Smash.
No, we still can't hear you.
We heard you at first. Whatever you did, we heard you at first.
Take your headphones out.
Take your headphones out if you're on the laptop.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. I don't want that shit to be too loud.
So introduce yourself.
What's up with y'all, man? My name is Justin Patterson. CEO of Smash Down Productions. New Orleans, Louisiana. Not too much to say. I mean, pretty y'all know me already.
The people they got some people watching that don't know you.
True. All right, yeah. So I guess my the band facts. Grew up uptown, Magnolia Project. Went to Tommy
LaFon, gang.
Yes, sir. Real Magnolia. Then I went to Carter G. Woodson, and Katrina came my 8th grade year. Went played football for St. James, and I came to Walker, and then I graduated from Wood Perry Walker. The realest ever do.
Okay.
Smash
Look at this dude here, bro.
How you got started? With the film?
Man, long story short, believe it or not, I've been had a one to know for the camera because I'm an artist. So like as far as music, I've been like music videos. But man, here Garrett Edgerton, man, who showed me everything I know with the camera. Still to this day, Garrett, that nigga tell y'all I call him, ask him 1,000 questions. You know what I'm saying? Gary has he put me on. What a little I seen Marvin out here earlier. Me and Marvin had a conversation in college one time when he was we was working on a mass town project together. Marvin put a little bug in my ear too, so I gotta give Marvin a little his little 1.5% props that he always do on that. Man. Marvin he talking some stuff, but he know what's up with that walk in and saying,
Okay, let's say here. We asked because I got two of y'all on here, and I had two of them on here earlier. And we asked, where do you guys rank yourselves as far as the best cameraman? Not just in New Orleans. We talking about
nationally.
Period.
Yeah.
Listen, Price. Look, Price said he the man. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And look, he has some very good points behind it.
Man, listen.
Yeah, he made a very convincing argument.
Sense. Like he literally made it make sense.
You know, I don't really. Excuse me.
Hey,
for
don't
saying
get on
this.
here with that political shit.
No. I just feel like Gary need his own time. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it possible I can step off and let Gary get his shine and I come back? Because I feel like this need to be a
it's not the way it's working.
We did this purposely.
You good.
All right, cool.
We purposely did this.
All right, I heard it because I feel like fuck that man, Gary, we the goats. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
fuck all that.
I know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
look, no. I asked you, do you rate yourself?
All right, let me tell you. All right, listen. So it's just like how you put. I feel like I learned everything from Garrett, so I'm gonna put Garrett as the number one. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. College, he changed the game at that 14. That was like when I first started working with Garrett. I watched him change the game of band videography. So Garrett is the man. Let me give Garrett his flowers. All right, boom. I feel like I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't put myself in competition with Garrett because Garrett really got his own lane with Southern. But when it come down time to for everybody else, I feel like Smash Time changed the game. Like if you watching this thing, bro, I don't mean to sound cocky, you know what I'm saying? But when you watch my videos, it's an experience. You know what I'm saying? The numbers don't lie. No matter wherever I go, whatever I do, if we at Crankfest together, whatever battle, Mardi Gras, I run Mardi Gras. Whatever battle I go to, I'm gonna get the most views off there. You know what I'm saying? You want to watch my videos from a up close, in your face, you know what I'm saying, standpoint of view. I changed the game with bad. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I'm a household name.
What are you doing different? What are you doing different than the other videographers? Because you do have a huge presence and footprint in the game. So what is it?
I had a little kid to tell me that Smash Time was the greatest videographer of all time because he said that it is personal. The camera is right next to you and right next to him and it's right there. So this is a kid, he don't know band at all. And he said Smash Time is the greatest of all time because he make it personal. But you go ahead and tell him.
I think also with Smash Time, bro, like he have done some things like with the dance team, with the majorettes, with the flag team, with the symbols on Cypher, with the nightmare, with the nightmare, all that stuff is band related. Like it's some things you did change the game with also. I feel like also.
Even with that, Juice, you know what I'm saying? He made me realize, you know what I'm saying? Well, I be seeing a lot of people try to copy the style, like the term symbol cipher. I created that, you know what I'm saying? Now the concept back in the G, niggas used to meet up together and twirl symbols together and make little videos, but the term of the cipher to add your name and your own segment and with a theme as a movie, I created that. Now another thing that, because I hate the term cameraman, and Gary can tell you this, you know what I'm saying? I never was a cameraman. I'm an in front of the camera type dude. So I feel like in order to create what I wanted, I had to go out and get the eye that I wanted. 90% of the cameramen in the game right now can tell you this, and none of them really can say this. They've recorded at a Smash Time Productions event. It's different. You know what I'm saying? I'm a productions company. I just don't do videos. I host events. Garrett, I would say some of the biggest events in band, you know what I'm saying, in band right now. And I'm just getting started. High school battle of the bands, middle school battle of the bands, summer battle of the bands, and there's only one way to go. He left, you know what I'm saying? And that's on his way. So I feel like that's what makes me different. You know what I'm saying? I don't like I gotta tell Garrett, I put Garrett to just my dude, you know what I'm saying? But like I know if Garrett was ever come like be a independent videographer, the world gonna have problems, you know what I'm saying? But until then, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I run everything, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way I feel about it. And that's just facts is facts, numbers is numbers.
What about yourself, brother Garrett?
What about you, G?
I always say it's my world. You just living in my world.
Right.
I love it.
Right.
I love it.
You just here. You just here. But it's always, you know, how Justin's saying I'm different than everybody else. Because I'm really not, I do stuff independently, but my main thing is my media team. So you have different levels of videographers. You know, you have people that are over media teams like me. And then you have the independents like Justin, Marvin, Kev, all that stuff. But it's my world. I always say it's my world. It's my world.
See, bro, I want to ask y'all, man, you know, okay, here go the petty moment of the evening. Who is the worst cameraman y'all know in this?
They not look, Johnny. They not gonna answer that. They too political. They too political.
Shit, Johnny.
They're not gonna answer that. They too political. They ain't gonna answer that.
Let me ask Smash this. All right. Let me ask you this, Smash. Because we asked this to Jared. Do you feel appreciated in the?
Yeah, do you feel appreciated in the media world?
In the city of New Orleans, in the city of New Orleans, no, bro. And let me tell you why. A few reasons. Me and Berger, we talk about this all the time. Like, I feel like I want to give a couple shots out to like people like Mike, who's over at us out here at Booker T now. I want to give a couple shots out to like Lonzy, you know what I'm saying, Barrel Coleman, and Johnny, you know what I'm saying, like the stuff that I do and some of my biggest events at Smash Time Productions didn't happen in the city of New Orleans, and that was very hurtful. You know what I'm saying? When I want to try to do something, you know what I'm saying, a lot of band directors, like I feel like they sit on their job and really don't do the most for these kids. Let me take an example. If y'all ever heard of Smash Bash before, one day I was sitting at home and I was like, I wonder what it's like to have 2 or 3 high schools team up and make 2 big ass bands and battle each other, and what that would sound like. So in my mind, I'm thinking, what if 35 St. Aug and like Easton against like, you know what I'm saying, just 3 other bands, what that would sound like, you know what I'm saying? Boom. I couldn't even fathom myself to ask any band director around the world, because I know it's gonna be either an excuse or either, you know what I'm saying, because we know each other personally, and like we don't know each other.
No. Say the truth. You asked them.
Right, yeah.
You asked them,
I put the bug in a few of their ears, and the ridiculous excuses that I got, I was like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? Even if it's taking a portion of your band that participates in this. Long story short, I pitched the idea to some band directors in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, some schools that y'all probably never heard of, like Northside, or like Westgate, you know what I'm saying, or like Plaquemines, little rink, not saying rink dink bands, but like bands that ain't on the caliber of New Orleans bands. You know what I'm saying? They're really good in drilling. It's just a different style of bands. Man, when I tell you them band directors out there really appreciate everything I do, and whenever I throw a battle of bands, all I need is your gym. You know what I'm saying? And they made it happen. So like I feel like it taught me a lesson that, like, you know what I'm saying, other people, other places appreciate you more in the grass greener from where you're from. But I also feel like that taught me like the major, it taught me a major lesson. That's when I realized I ain't saying bigger than New Orleans, but I'm big other places. Like, you ask Jamal J. Cousins, another person I shout out who helped me pretty much start Smash Time and Getaways at 9. Like, wherever we go other places, we superstars. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they want us to be here so welcoming. They're like, what you need? You need water, you need this, that, and the third. Towards us, when you're at home, you don't get that same kind of love. So you just being honest, bro. No, not in New Orleans. I don't feel as appreciated as other places.
I do feel like we need to have a Smash Bash New Orleans, and I feel kind of messed up that we didn't have one, because when I saw the first one you put on, the shit was dope, and I knew when I saw the one you put on Out of Town, it was kind of embarrassing to us. If I'm a band director in the city, I would have been embarrassed. that he had to go all the way to the country to put on the event. And anytime the camera is in front of your band, that's exposure for your band. And that's setting in that event. If I'm a band, especially if you march for me, I'm signing me up.
Hey, you know what you gotta start doing, Justin? When you do these battle bands, start showing up the rewards for doing these battle bands, and then
the right. I shouldn't have to do that. Like,
shouldn't even have to, bro.
It's not. Listen, and I'm not sitting up here trying to just shade nobody, but it's just something that needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason why. It's no reason why it shouldn't be more done in the city of New Orleans. That's why I like Mike. Mike, let me tell you, Mike. People talk about how these bands don't have money and stuff like this. Now, I was a teacher for 4 years. That's another thing you can't bullcrap me. I taught for 4 years in the city of New Orleans. So I know about budgets. I know about how this school system works. I know about this one app. I know, so when everybody making one app excuses, I know about it already. I know when it's bullshit. I know when it's not. That when Johnny always says stuff about he want to have like this many amount of kids and he pulling off this product, that'd be so many facts. You know what I'm saying? I'm much for Walker. I'm much for Rollins. Rollins mentality, he's like my idol. You know what I'm saying? Rollins is my band director, so Smash Time is a productions of Rollins. I don't care how y'all said, and y'all talk about the ghosts in the city, but he the goat to me. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to do that, Darrell. Like, you know what it is, bro? And like the city just got to step it up when it come down times to get these kids events, opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Rollins made us travel. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't travel, why not bring it home? Why not have the biggest battle of the bands in the city of New Orleans with the best bands in the world? You know what I'm
saying? Who did your first ever event? If you don't mind me asking, you did get your first event in New Orleans. What bands were the first ones to show you some love?
Alice Hart, a middle school from Baton Rouge. If I'm not mistaken, Tanel, Johnny, 35, and who the other school was?
Where's Jeff?
Where's Jeff?
That was your first Smash Bands?
That was my first time trying a battle of bands in New Orleans. I had to start off with the middle school. I know like the middle school's gonna want to get it in, and I know Mike and Alice Hart. Mike, dog, I can tell Mike, I want to put a rocket in your school and launch you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make money for the band, and we gonna do it. Mike is gonna make a way to do it. I just feel like every band director is like with the resources of me, the resources of Dr. Price, with the resources of Gary right here. We are the band world. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that. You know what I'm saying? Why not use this? You know what I'm saying? I talk to college directors on like how we on this on a daily basis. There's so many resources that don't get used because of egos and because of like I don't know what it is, man. I just feel like stuff in the world need to change. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, bro. But nevertheless,
wait, I'm sorry. I'm something going on in the comments.
He said Justin took a chance and let me help CSU.
No, I'm talking about whoever King Carter is saying that he started the symbol cipher. What are they talking about?
I got a question. Who started the symbol cipher? Nightmare on Smash Street 2 or 3 years ago when I got the car kids, because they were really good on symbols. If you got a symbol cipher before that one, please send me the link. You know what I'm saying? And you called it a symbol cipher, let me know. Like I said, once again, I didn't invent the terminology of dudes me never try the symbols. Like them old Reed videos with Monster them Animal them was some cool videos. But the terminology of it, adding the name to it, adding the concept, and like making it mini movies, who did that? You know what I'm saying? Like you did it, you made a mini movie out of some damn symbols. You know what I'm saying? Over a pandemic to keep these kids interested in, you know what I'm saying? This is depression, bro. We gotta do stuff. Question. All right, yeah. I don't mean to just keep rambling here, but yeah, though. But
piggyback off of what Justin's saying about the city, you know, Justin got 30,000 followers, subscribers on YouTube. My channel combined, my channels combined, I got over 100,000 subscribers. You know, people should want us to do stuff. You know, we from the city. It ain't nothing for me to drive down there. It ain't nothing for Justin to leave his house and do something, you know. And it's just I don't know what it is, you know. I don't know what it is. I asked somebody. I needed to use somebody's band room to shoot a video. It was gonna showcase your band room. It was gonna do something I was doing, but I'm showcasing your band room. And only 2 band directors reached out. You know, like
Damn.
it's buku of y'all down there, and I just need to get
How many would you say you asked?
I asked in the group. I asked in both groups.
I remember that. I remember
You know,
that.
they got buku band directors in the group. You know, I need somebody's band room.
And this was to promote their bands, right?
It was. I mean, I was doing something, but I'm for sure you gonna get the promotion because we're in your band room.
When that was, Jared?
This was before COVID popped off.
Right.
I think I respond. I don't know. I'm out.
Lines will respond. Lines just said anything we need, most definitely can reach out to Kyle. I appreciate Lines. And Trey at West Jeff too. Trey, yeah, man. Trey, he do what he can.
Hey, we do have to wrap it up. We gone a little over our time. It was good having y'all boys on here. The two of the greatest from the best schools. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Southern University.
Yes, sir.
I didn't get to ask my question. I gotta ask this for y'all. Go, please, y'all, please pardon me. Listen, as I asked everyone else, I am a bit of a historian. I'm the oldest one on the show, I believe.
Definitely.
I am. If there was any battle in band history that y'all could have ever recorded, any battle, what would it have been? We start with you, Brother Justin. Any battle. It could have been in 1960. What would it have been? That you didn't record. What would it have been?
Man, listen, I was a little kid. Calvin Reed in the Orpheum. Fool, like.
That's a good one.
Oh my God. Like, you know what I did in that gym? Like, it would have been so, with how I record now and how they actually sound, like, it'd have been as magical as when you watching videos on YouTube right there and the video pop up on the corner right there. I gotta give props to Before Katrina. Them battles was just the passion was there. Like Marvin said something that, like, you know, y'all didn't have what we had nowadays. So y'all like really just had band to focus on. Can I tell Marvin right now? We put for time. Marvin knows damn well we used to bust his ass all the time at Marvin, and I agree. When he said I was in that game, Darrell, I'm sorry to admit this, 2008. Then I came in that bitch and punched you in the mouth. Most definitely. I was in the middle of a football game, like looking back, like, oh my God, like that's what they're doing. But that was the only one. Yeah.
I was talking about
09, 08. But yeah, besides that, boy, we dealt with them. We are the new champions of this New Orleans band work. All right, you know, they would have.
How about yourself, Gary? Any band battle in history that you could have recorded?
If I had to, I marched in this battle. But if I was who I am now, that 03 Battle of the Bands and Tad Gormley, I would have loved to record it. Loved it.
Who was in it?
That's when they played Can You Feel It? Everybody played Can You Feel It at one time.
No, that's not that one. That's 03. 03 when everybody did field shows, when Jackson, Alcorn, LOI, you know, you had the K35. It was everybody. Marshall, St. Olive didn't come and Reed didn't come. All the other schools was there. And that's the most packed I ever saw Tad Gormley in my life.
Packing a Crankfest?
In nigga, the Tad Gormley was full. The band we had to sit on the track in the end zone.
Oh yeah, Marshall one, yeah.
Yeah. If I could, that'll be that one.
That's too good one, man. Hey, look, like I said,
cool.
Robin is getting on that. We got
about to kill me.
Good having y'all boys. Old Perry Walker to the fullest and the Southern University.
Yes, sir.
Great having y'all.
Nice being on, fellas.
Is that video that Gary was talking about, that Brandon Franklin band. That is the clip of the week that I chose. And I put this band against any band. Here it is.
1 and 2 and ready and sound.
That was fire.
Hey, bro, shout out to rest in peace, Brandon Franklin. Shout out to TBC Brandon, man. Shout out to them guys, man.
Yes, sir. 2010, man. That was a good year, man.
Hey, that band was so loud. Oh my God.
Brandon Franklin.
That's ridiculous. Hey, listen. Before we let y'all go, man, we got to plug next week's show. So, the one thing we are aware of when we put this group of guys together is we know we were gonna have some crazy opinions. We were gonna have some definitely contrasting opinions. Well, we noticed that several people, we always getting comments in the audience like, why is Matt Francis on there? Why is Johnny or Berger or what? That was the dumbest thing ever. Well, next week what we're gonna do is we're gonna give the audience a chance to come on and challenge some of the opinions. Now, if you get personal or get weird, we're gonna have to kick you off. But next week we're gonna give the audience a chance to come on and challenge some of our opinions or give their take on some stuff we didn't said, or even debate us next week if they so choose. So we all and tiptoe anticipation, looking forward to that one. I'll be hosting that show, and so we're looking forward to. Don't clam up nothing. Now listen, we're looking forward to it. I'll just say that
the doors to the church are open.
Yes, you can step to the front. Next week will be your time. If you want to speak with if you want to have a word with any of the hosts on the show, we're gonna give you that opportunity next week. So we definitely looking forward to that.
If you go after our show, if you make your own live and you have something to say.
If you go, you say
somebody wants to see, I'm just going.
If you one of them people that say you tired of people making shows that don't know what they're talking about, step right up.
Yeah. This will next week would be the time. If you take issue with the credentials of anyone that's on the show, we look forward to it. We can't wait.
Froggy, jump.
All right, listen. All right, we're gonna let you close it out there, brother. You can close it out, Darrell.
Hey, look, it was a great show. We did have a couple